So with the co-main event, we have the first of our titles on the line as the women flyweights go at it. Right, we have got Manon Fiorot, the Beast, challenging Valentina Shevchenko for the belt. Oh boy, right? So Fanu, she is 12-1. She's on a 14-fight win streak. 14-fight win streak. So obviously that must include amateur bouts, right? She's 7-0 in the UFC. Went 3-0 in UAE Warriors. Right, so last time out in March 2024, she beat Erin Blanchfield. Right, kind of a shutout. Blanchfield just was not. Didn't look herself in that fight, right? Before that, she beat former champ Rose Namajunas. She beat Caitlin Samaria, right, aka Caitlin Shakagian. She beat Jennifer Maya, right? Mayra Bueno Silva, Tabitha Ritchie, stopped her. Victoria Leonardo in her debut. That was vicious. Jeez, that was vicious. You know, and outside, man, she just was stopping people. Right, her last 3 fights before the UFC, all finishes, all finishes, right? So she wants this belt, right? She wants it. She's been disrespecting Shevchenko left, right, and center. Like, she's the beast. She is the beast, and she wants to be the first French champion. Especially in the women's. I don't think there's been a French champion in the males. Yeah. And we had French Canadians, but not French. So, yeah, look, she's very polished, very sharp, I don't think we've necessarily seen her full game, right? But, and she's, she's kind of said that Shevchenko is slow and, no, but she's had Manon has definitely had fights where she hasn't been incredible. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things, right? Who's turning up on the night, right? Who's turning up on the night? Now, she's going up against the two-time champion, the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko. She's 37, 5'5", 65.5-inch reach. Right? So they're the same age. Right? They're the same height. It's just Fiorot has got 1/2 inch reach. Right? That's it. That is the big difference here, which is crazy. Oh no, Fiorot is 2 inches taller. She is actually 2 inches taller, but they're so similar. The big difference is Shevchenko is 24-4-1. Right, that's the record. You know what I mean? Like, she has had double. Actually more than double the amount of fights, which does come with wear and tear, obviously, right? But I don't think Valentina has necessarily taken a lot of damage in a fight, right? She's 13-3-1 in the UFC. Last time out, right? Notcha UFC beat Alexa Grasso to reclaim the belt. That was September last year. You know, and I will say, she won the previous fight, right, in September. It was the year before, in 2023, that ended up in a split draw. Right, that I think everyone know Shevchenko won that fight, right? But as I said, it's all 5 rounders, right? All of the highest quality, and she's done her thing. She's had incredible stoppages, right? Right, the head kick to Jessica I is just synonymous with brutality. You know what I mean? Like, but she has been fighting at that highest level for so long. It is crazy, right? It is crazy. And originally she was fighting at bantamweight, right? Because there was no flyweight division in the UFC. But even at bantamweight, she was doing good, right? She was getting some good wins under her belt. In her second fight in the UFC, she fought Amanda Nunes. And those 2 fights against Nunes were close, right? They were close fights. So Shevchenko has fought at that highest level. And most of her fights have been 5-rounders. Right? That's the bonkers thing. They've been 5-rounders. She's been fighting those for the longest amount of time. Right? The longest amount of time. Which is just impressive. And I don't believe, she shut Grasso down in her last fight. Right? I know Manon is the favorite. I know she's the favorite, but it's hard to pick against Shevchenko. Because we haven't seen a considerable slide. As I said, in that last fight, she just controlled it. She implemented her game plan, imposed her will, and dominated. The only thing she didn't do is get a finish. So, as of right now, it's still the killer Shevchenko. So, I'm going with Valentina to be and still. Now, would I be surprised if Fiorot got the win? No, because she is legit. But I still think Valentina's got that, she's got the edge. She's still got that drive. She's still got that thing, that spark. Right? She's still got it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if, she wins and retires. Right? That would make sense to me because there's not a lot else for her to do, other than challenge for the bantamweight belt again. But there's such a logjam. I don't know if that's a possibility. But yeah, I think Valentina Shevchenko and still gets a hand raised. But what a fight. This is going to be a great co-main event, people.